guys, welcome back. So today is the 15th of July. We're gonna do a mid-month garden tour, and part of that reason that I think we should is because last month a lot of things happened between June 1st and July 1st, and they didn't get documented. If I would have done a mid-June garden tour, we would have seen a lot of things like beautiful flowers and all that. I'm not gonna really focus so much. Woo, there's a kitty. They're playing on my truck. I'm not gonna focus so much on the flowers. I'm gonna focus more on the garden aspect, but still, we missed a lot of really pretty stuff because of the other. And my basset hound saw the kitty. Now she's gonna try and play with it, and she's stomped on my foot twice. So let's get started with this garden tour, because you know. Okay, item number one I've got some basil that's trying to go to flower. Once it starts going to flower like that, it is going to become bitter, and you probably don't want it. I've got some back here. You can pinch it off when it gets there, because it hasn't gone to flower yet. You just come in and you pinch right where those flowers are. I need to get out here and cut some more. I have been cutting this on a weekly basis to try and keep preserving the harvest. Now obviously this stuff here was that basil that came in with another order. I had actually ordered strawberry mint, and nothing happened with the strawberry mint. It was sad, but I did plant the random basil, and I don't really know what kind of basil it is. There's the little kitty. Hi, little kitty. Hi. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, it kind of went to seed a long time ago. So, I do have a set of flowers here with some of that. Then we get into my two 5-gallon container tomatoes. And as you can see, I have some tomatoes here that are starting to ripen. They're not quite ripe yet. This is a Roma. I really think that the top of the Roma got broken off, but it's still producing, so I let it go. I don't really know where the Roma starts and ends versus where my cherry tomatoes start and end. This is the cherry tomato, and I have actually pulled some little cherry tomatoes off. There's some right there that are coming ripe. They're so good. Oh my gosh, so good. I was actually just popping them in my mouth yesterday when I picked some, because they're just that good. This was supposed to be ginger. Nothing happened. I need to pull this. This is lettuce that the son has just said, nope, you can't. We do have another set of flowers. They're the marigolds. We focus on them because they help kind of repel bugs as well as bring in pollinators. Speaking of pollinators, I have some butterflies in this. This is the planter that my oldest daughter did. It's Gompharina and some Shasta Daisies. The Shasta Daisies are a perennial, so they should come back. They're not doing so good right now. And then we have these little, I don't actually know what the little flowers are. Then this is the rest of my herb bed. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Come on. The dill has actually started going to seed, and I can actually come out and collect some of that seed, which will be handy come next year. The mint went to seed. It's kind of over there. It already went to seed and died off. I've got chives back there. They're doing okay. This has been a very, very, very hot summer here, more so than normal. We've got cilantro that has started to go to seed, and those seeds become coriander, and you can actually cook with coriander. Otherwise you can replant them and have more cilantro. And then this is oregano. The oregano has kind of almost taken over this particular herb bed, and I don't think that's a good thing. I may have to plant some of these other things somewhere else next year and just let this be completely oregano. However, oregano and mint both, as well as chives, are all a perennial and they will come back. So I may have to figure out how to separate the mint from the oregano. I don't know. And then again, the chives. My parsley is back over here and it's just doing so-so. I harvested some, but it's just not wanting to come back. It has just been so hot. And then we have sage right here, and the sage is doing well, but it's not getting big. Like, these are pretty small leaves and they're just not getting big. So anyway, that is this set of edibles. Let's move on down to the garden. Oh wait, there's a cherry tomato that is almost ready. This is a bad place for little kitties, but that one is worse. Bad little kitties, get out of my truck. Okay, so we are down at the garden. I want to point out that I have spread a lot of my mulch that I had on my trailer. I got my walkway all the way down. I got walkways between every bed. Woohoo, go me. It has been so hot. Okay, so we have some parsley here. It's just doing so-so. We have some cilantro that has not gone to seed yet. It hasn't bolted on me just yet. I have some tarragon right there. And these are Cayenne Peppers. They are doing well, but they're not peppering. They're just growing tall, I guess. But we do have a flower. It's not wanting to focus on it. I don't know what its deal is. We've got some more buds coming in over here. This is my rosemary. And then the fennel kind of went to seed. It bolted on me. And then we have these flowers. They were just one of those. I needed somewhere to go with them and I planted them. Okay. This bed here starts out with some purple beauty tomato, or not tomatoes, peppers. We've got one coming in right here. We've got some coming in down there. Some coming in right here. There's one coming in over here, plus there is a purple one. Oh my, I hurt my ankle. We got a little purple one right there. That plant there has flowers. I have a bug problem. Talked about this before. I have a bug problem. I bought some diatomaceous earth, I believe is how you pronounce that. And after this, I'm gonna get this on there because, I mean, these bugs have just eaten these plants alive. This was a huckleberry. It still is, and as you can see, there are some huckleberries on it. But the leaves, they're what, help fuel the plant, and they're just kind of gone. And then I have a vine thing coming through them, coming up here. I've got some vines going out that way. I made them a trellis, but they said, we don't want the trellis. I've got watermelons and muskmelons coming on to my trellis. I planted them too close together. There's a pesky bug right there, stupid grasshopper. I have some yellow things. I don't even know what they are. I've got to find the tags. But I think this was the trellis where I dumped everything, planted it all together because I didn't know what anything was, and just stuck all the tags. In fact, down there are my tags, but you can't really see them. They're hidden by plant. I've got watermelons over here. That's not a good watermelon look. That's not good at all. I have some peppers, some porcini peppers that are in the mix of this over here, and I've actually harvested just a couple. Bugs, I hate bugs. They can go you know where. This is Anaheim chili peppers. The plants themselves are doing fairly decent. Again, some bug damage, but they're just not peppery. I have a weed that I need to pull. I have weeded quite a bit, so yay me from my August or my July 1st video. I have onions. We came in and we harvested a bunch of this Swiss chard. I need to get to that Swiss chard before it goes bad. All of this finally got hooked up onto drip, so that's cool. This is Thai hot peppers. Again, the plants seem to be doing really well, but we don't have any peppers yet. This is giant Marconi peppers. Again, more pepper plants doing okay, but no peppers on them. This is sad. This was my wheelbarrow, and the grasshoppers have just come in and demolished. This is Asters. I know I said I really wasn't going to focus on flowers, but this is in my garden, so, you know. This is all on drip, so you think it would be doing better, but it's just not. These were all marigolds that I started. We had some real pretty, you can actually see some of the moss roses still in there. This was the cockscomb. It's doing pretty well. My zinnias are doing well. Man, I have a love for zinnias this year. I've never had zinnias before. I've never done them. I take that back, one time. But I think they're just absolutely breathtaking. This was marigolds. Again, this is all on drip, so I don't know what the problem is. I need to figure it out fast. Look at that zinnia. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous. Again, the zinnias are in the flower bed, or I mean in the vegetable, so we can admire the zinnias. And they line this whole side. I have weeds. I have not weeded right here. I had some snapdragons. They're kind of not doing so well anymore. And then more zinnias. This has been just one heck of a hot summer. Normally we're hot and humid, and I'm pretty sure we have just been hot. This is jalapenos, and I've actually pulled some jalapenos off of that and that, but they're not making just a crap ton of jalapenos, just a little bit of jalapenos. This is my pineapple. It was just something that I did just to see if it would work, and I really don't know if it's working or not, to be honest with you. So that is asparagus. Asparagus takes a little while to get a good stand going. So this is, I think, year 2 for the asparagus. I might be able to get some asparagus harvested next year, or for sure possibly the year after. I still do have some weeds, but I have come through and I have weeded like crazy. This was cinnamon basil, and like I have said before, the package said that it was non-edible, so we have not eaten it. I just let it go to seed, and I just put it there for pretty. We have these flowers. They are cosmos. Stupid bugs. Stupid bugs. Okay. Now we come into the beds. So this was my garlic bed. For the most part, I have it weeded. I've got some weeds still down over there. because I haven't planted anything back into this except for there's a row right here following this particular drip line. That is my green beans. So I'm waiting to see if they come up. I only planted them 2 days ago, so I don't think I'll see anything just yet. But I did plant the green beans. Green beans are one of those that you can plant in the spring for a summer harvest, and then go ahead and plant about this time of year or even into August and get a fall green bean crop. And my grandma actually says that the fall crop tastes so much better than even the spring crop. I've thought about coming in and planting some more zucchini and some more yellow squash because the bugs killed what I had. Then we come into the tomatoes. This is the 12 tomato plants. So initially I had wire up here, and the wire just wasn't strong and sturdy enough for tomatoes, and all of my tomato plants took the wire down, and half of them broke the garden twine that I was using on them, and they just crashed to the ground. In fact, here is my pile. 2 days ago also, my husband and I came through, and he helped me, and we got some PVC with some PVC tees, and this is 3/4 inch conduit. And then I went and I was going to, the last time I did something like this, I used brand new baling twine, but the baler is not here right now. It's off in a field where we had just baled. So I just reused baling twine from some bales that we had fed and restrung up my tomatoes. So this guy got trimmed, they all got trimmed back a lot. And this guy here, he's broken off. I don't even know if he'll make it, but we're gonna see. We'll give him a little bit of time. Maybe at least we can get the tomatoes off of him. I believe he's a green zebra. So I have this cherry, actually I think I have 2 cherry tomatoes right beside each other. I have this one, which it doesn't really have very many tomatoes on it yet. Then I've got some Romas in here. They actually have tomatoes on them, but they haven't turned red yet. Here's actually a bad tomato. Might as well go ahead and pull it. Okay, so I have Romas in here. We just tore off one that was bad. There's no reason to leave the bad ones on there, because then the plant is spending a lot of energy trying to fix said bad ones when there's really nothing that you're going to be able to do with it.
Mama, look at this tomato.
Yep. Leave it there. No, it's not ready. Not quite. So this was our sucker tomato that we planted just to see what he would do. And while he is shorter, because he is behind all the rest of them, he is coming on. We've got some flowers on him, so he may go ahead and produce yet. These, I can't remember what this one is. I think at least 2 of these 3 right here are the big boy tomatoes. We have one that is red that my little one pointed out. It's not quite ripe red yet, but it is red. I did come through here the other day and I harvested some really big green tomatoes because my oldest wanted fried green tomatoes. So some of my plants lost their really big ones. This guy here, he doesn't have any on him yet anywhere, so I don't know if he'll produce or not. And of course then we have some cosmos right here. Get through this. Woo! Okay, there's my other pile from when I need to get this up off of my mulch. I just haven't yet. It's been so hot. We did this in the evening and then went and jumped in the swimming pool. Okay, so this was, actually I have a potato growing here. It is a voluntary potato. It was not planted there. Again. From here, that way were those mystery plants. And we finally figured out that it is, Oh, there it is. My eggplants. We finally figured out that these mystery were eggplants. Eggplants are pretty hard to handle, so I may only get one eggplant. Then we get into bell peppers. Again, peppery plants, but they're just not producing yet. Then we have the Shishito Peppers. I've already gotten one harvest, and I think it's time to come out and harvest again to get some of the big ones. And then we get into the poblano peppers. Again, plants, no peppers yet. I don't know. We'll see. This is my Lisianthus, and they're finally Lisianthusing. I like to make up words apparently. That was a delicata squash that the bugs killed. This is my strawberry plants, plus I've got some potatoes voluntarily growing. It needs to be weeded bad. We won't live there. This is green tomatillos. No, this is the purple tomatillos, I believe. Purple tomatillos. And they're doing pretty well. They're not ready to harvest just yet, but we've got a bunch on here. Looks like the bugs got a couple. I hate bugs. This is eggplant that I actually planted as eggplant. We don't have any eggplants on just yet because, well, they say eggplants are kind of a tedious plant. And then we have what's left over of my cabbage. I need to just come out and pull it because there's no getting cabbage from this. I may be able to plant it, like replant it again and have a fall crop, I'm hoping. We'll see. This is my poor broccoli, or what's left of it. This is what the grasshoppers did. And this is why I have the diatomaceous earth. Again, same thing with my American flag leeks. There's a leak in the boat. The grasshoppers. This is the green tomatillos, and they're just doing so-so. I may not get any tomatillos this year. I don't know. I have gourds growing like crazy. Look at that. Isn't that dude cool looking? He's pretty much all that I have growing right here, which is sad. Because the bugs took over pretty much everything else. And you can't eat gourds. More Lisianthus. There was some pumpkins in this that the bugs ate. Marigolds, they're on drip. They're just saying, screw it, it's hot. Those were my collards. They went to seed long ago. That's onions. I need to go dig them out of the weeds. This is arugula, and it's finally starting to go to seed. It's bolting. These are my potatoes. I need to get out here and dig them up. This is a half potato bed, and then on the other half was onions. I don't know if I have any onions left or not. Some flowers, more onions. They kind of just did so-so. So we also bought another conduit with some T-posts. I don't have any more string. I ran out the other day. So what I need to do is get them tied up to this conduit, and then I need to come in and take the wire out so that then I can put my 2 inches or so, 4 inches, whatever, of PVC so that this will hold better. But the plants themselves are doing really well. I've got some red tomatoes right there that are getting very close to being ready. I have my basil, which it's just doing okay. And then I have some peppers right there behind the basil. I don't even remember what kind they are. I'm trying to find the tag and I just can't find the tag. So I don't remember what those peppers are. And then my carrots. I've just left the carrots in just because now they're becoming a comedy tour. I want to see how big we can grow them, which we're not. And then, ooh, something smelled really good right there. I don't know what it was. Wind is blowing from the west, so it's got to be something here. It smelled really good. And then we've got the flowers right here. Finally, we come to the 40, I don't know, 2, 46, whatever it was. Ooh, excuse me, I have hiccups. Tomatoes over here. I have a chair here, and my husband keeps teasing me that I come down and sit and talk to my tomatoes, but I haven't yet. They're not doing the best. So there's a couple of things that are against them. They got taken over by weeds. I got that controlled. This one has tomatoes coming on. What I've done is I've gone in with newspapers. Remember, I went on the hunt for newspapers, and a friend of mine helped me out. So I went in and I put down newspaper. I weeded, put down newspaper, and then I covered it with compost. So they're actually, you can't really tell, but they are doing better. They have bug problems, the grasshoppers. I do have blueberry tomatoes right there. And I actually have harvested some of those and ate one just to see what it tasted like. Because again, I had never grown them before. Oh my gosh, so yummy. And here's the thing, I have not always been a tomato person, like to eat just plain tomatoes. No, that hasn't been me. So for me to eat them and say, wow, that's good. Okay, so, oh, I didn't realize I was zoomed in. I have, you can tell, I think, where the drippers are. Not really, I don't know. I think that is a voluntary sunflower. I went ahead and I left it. So I've got some good sized tomatoes on that one. This one doesn't really, it's got a few. It's got a few. We have more on that one. There's nothing here. Some of these obviously are doing better than others. I lost one right here. And then you can tell where it got hot and I quit. I need to get back to it. I can't stress this enough. It has been so stinking hot here. I've got some tomatoes here. If I get rid of the weeds, then I get rid of some of the bugs. I've lost the last 4 of these. That one needs to be pulled. This one got pulled, and those 2 are sad. That one actually has a tomato on it, even though it's bare bones. And then there's that one that doesn't have anything. So that they kind of need to be pulled. There's no reason to feed them if they're not gonna make. So that is my mid-July garden tour. I just want to have this documented. But if you like it, please, by all means, think about giving it a like, subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Bye. So we had a house torn down here. It's been 2 years ago, October. But I had some friends who are in the tree business bring me wood chips. There's one pile, there's the other pile, and boy do they smell good. Just sitting here, let the breeze run across it. Oh my gosh. Today it's not so much because the breeze is running the wrong direction. If I went and stood on the other side over there, that's where I would get the smell, but amazing. So I made a decision. I went to Lowe's and I bought some burpless cucumbers, some crookneck squash, and some zucchini squash, since the grasshoppers have killed all of my squash. Lowe's didn't have a whole lot, so those are what I bought. I bought one deal of them, but if you notice, there are multiple plants per cup. The cups themselves, I think, were $4.58, which is kind of expensive, but when you have multiples, I decided to go ahead and do it. I've spent so much time in the garden, I didn't know what else to do. It's hot. So I decided to just go ahead and buy the starts already instead of trying to start and make sure I had enough time. I'm going to plant them. One set, I pulled out the leeks and the broccoli. I'm going to pull out the cabbage. And then in that far bed where I had the garlic planted and now I have green beans planted, I'm going to plant one variety. I'm not sure which variety I'm going to plant where just yet, but that is the plan as of this evening, which is different than this morning. Here's everything I pulled out of this bed. I'll clean that bed up right there. And then I don't have to really clean up on that far bed because as long as I stay out of my green beans, I'm good. So we will go ahead and get to planting. As I got to pulling the cabbage, notice that this one is starting to form a head, and the head looks actually pretty good. The leaves look bad, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna see what happens. Like I said, I'm gonna treat this everything for bugs. I had to wait until it cooled off and the butterflies go to bed and the bees go to bed, and then I'm gonna treat it all with stuff. So I decided to leave this one cabbage and see if I couldn't pull a head off. This will be the first year that I've not only tried to grow cabbage, but actually had any success. Excuse me. And while I haven't had a lot of success, this is more success than I've ever had. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. Now I have my 3 beds ready. I'll pull my hose out and water my plants in really well and decide where I'm gonna put what. So for as little as I actually use cucumber, I accidentally bought 2 cucumber plants. I thought I grabbed a zucchini and instead I grabbed a second cucumber. This is not crook-necked yellow squash, it's straight-neck yellow squash. But that is straight-neck yellow squash. So at least I got 2 of the 3 varieties I wanted. And I guess I'm gonna have a lot of cucumbers. These are straight-neck heirloom yellow squash. I actually wound up with 2 types of cucumbers. We have heirloom straight 8 and we have burpless. We actually have more of the straight 8 than the burpless, but we did wind up with 2 types. So I'm gonna water these bad boys in and then I'm going to the house because it's hot. So that's a wrap on this mid-month garden tour.